Hi there, good afternoon. I believe it's the afternoon. Yes, it is. Okay. Today we're discussing a topic, abusive relationships, and it's a topic I think it's worth considering. Maybe to give you the opportunity to look into your own relationship and ask questions whether you are in a good relationship or not. And then if you find that you are not in a good relationship, this is the time to make your decision whether to remain or to leave. Um, Abusive relationships happen every day. They are not good, they are not right, they are not proper for anybody. Even the person doing the abusing is not doing himself any good. But then you find yourself in it and you have to ask questions whether it's really the best for you, whether you can keep up, and whether you really should do something decisive about it. Um, the idea of walking through abusive relationships would require that first you know your self-worth, and that's important. I know a lot of times when people talk about self-worth, they feel, oh, you're asking me to be prideful, arrogant. No, I'm asking you to have a healthy balance between self-pride and humility, meaning that you have that understanding of your worth, and yet you are humble enough not to brandish it around, not to be disrespectful, but to be able to request for, to demand respect where it's necessary. So if you want to define an abusive relationship, it's simply a relationship where a person's self-worth is not being acknowledged. It is expressed in different ways. You have violence, you have verbal abuse, you have emotional abuse, and what have you. The thing is, if you respect yourself, you'll be able to notice when a person is giving you less respect than you really deserve. I'm not going by cultural respect, please, don't get me wrong. Several cultures have different ways of demanding respect and what is required for each person, whether male or female. But since I'm talking about us women, I'm saying if you're a human being, blood flows through you. Whether you're a woman or you're a girl or you're a lady, whichever one you choose to call yourself, you deserve to be treated with respect. Now, I understand the cultural respect of each place differs. So I'm simply saying value yourself. That way you can now make demands where necessary. And you'll be able to identify where the person is falling short of the standard of respect that is really appropriate. Of course, there's give and take in life. So now, the problem first I must say is that a lot of us don't even understand ourselves or even respect ourselves. So some things we do tell the other person that if she doesn't have seen too much about herself, then why not? Let's do what I can do whatever I like to her. She would come back and still beg me. You can imagine if a person has been abusive verbally, or the person has been physically abusive, has beaten you, broken 2 or 3 ribs, and then after your time in the hospital, you didn't report, okay? And then after your time in the hospital, you came back home and you came to beg the person, I'm sorry, I won't do that again. I'm sorry, I made you angry. Okay, I'm sure as I'm saying it now, some of you are fuming and you're thinking, that had better not be real. I'm telling you that some people actually do that, and it's really because they don't respect themselves. So I would also ask that you be conscious about what God wants for you, what's the best He wants for you, what can you expect from Him. You need healthy relationships. We all do. We can't be isolated. We are not islands, but we need healthy relationships. Relationships where we can give our best and we can receive the best. So, now, some questions you may need to ask yourself in order to know whether you're in a healthy relationship or not in a healthy relationship. One, can I be myself here? Now that tells you that you must know who your real self is. I have been in situations in my life where I knew if I was going to be in the midst of certain people, I had to prep my mind because my normal me had to be put aside. If I went there and I was my normal self, I was going to be abused or I was going to be told some things I wouldn't like to hear. So I had to prep my mind. But that is also to tell me that that's not a place to always be. You have to be careful where you are always. If you are amongst, there are some situations in life you can't help it. You have to be amongst people who may not necessarily believe in you and celebrate you. But let that not be the place you always are. I don't know how to put the percentage or ratio, but be in healthy relationships most of the time. If you now have to bear with some quote and unquote unhealthy relationships, please count the cost, and you know some relationships you can't do without. You just cannot. So ask yourself, can I be myself here? If in that particular relationship, a romantic relationship, and you find you can't be yourself, no, it's not healthy. Two is, am I encouraged to be a better me or a bitter person? Some people, when you're around them, they tear you down. And your reaction over time then is that you are bitter, you're angry, you're reactionary. You don't want that. You want to look carefully. That's why you have to be self-aware. I talk about it sometimes. Be self-aware. What is happening to my heart at this instance? Am I being better? There are people who you are around them and they cheer you on. You find that you are better. You are better. You want to be around the person more and more. Not because the person is giving you an emotional high, but the person actually is polishing you to be better. The person makes demands of you of, no, don't do this. This will be hurtful. And then you see that you're getting better and you're becoming wiser. Do you feel stuck? Do you feel stuck? I know sometimes there's this emotional blackmail of, if you break off this relationship, I will kill myself. So wait, I am to remain in a relationship where you are treating me badly, and I'm supposed to do that at the risk of my life so that you don't kill yourself. Bros, let's reconsider now. Don't let me say the thing that is coming to my mouth now because it may be very carnal. But let's be candid. It's not healthy. Nobody should blackmail you to remain in a relationship. Nobody should manipulate you to remain in an unhealthy relationship. No. You should have that opportunity, or let me say the right to say yes or no. You need it. Okay. Am I sure this is the best God has for me? That's another thing. Now, I must quickly say, do not make the mistake of always comparing. Sometimes we do it. You look at someone else's relationship and you're like, they went to Dubai. The man even sponsored her trip. She went to buy ABCD. Hey, he even gave her this. And there's a bubble that is coming into your life, meaning a guy is coming into your life, and you're like, this guy seems he can give me this too. Okay, someone that I'm with, what has he been able to do? Long walks on the beach, that is all. And you start comparing. That is not the basis of what's best for your life through God's own eyes. No. Your destiny is important, and there are assignments for you to carry out. There are things to enjoy, yes, but you want to be sure you're enjoying it as a team to God's glory. So ask yourself and be candid. Don't allow all the flashy things you are seeing. For some people, yes, that's what God has blessed them with. You hear stories. These people have gone abroad, have done, and you are like, when my own life starts, is a lie. Your life has started since. Your life is beautiful. It is good. You are the one who just hasn't seen that it is good. So please enjoy what you have. Be contented. If God says, you start to sense in your spirit that God is saying this is not where you should be, have a candid talk with Him and how you should get out of it. I have left a talk here on breakups and surviving breakups, because I know sometimes some people are so afraid about going through a breakup that they would rather stay in an abusive relationship. That's not healthy. You need to ask yourself, what is best for my life and destiny? I think there are other things that sometimes that get us worried. Will God really speak? Will God really give guidance? He will. I can tell you, I have gone through such situations where I asked God clearly, God, am I doing the right thing? Am I not doing the right thing? So please do yourself the same favor, ask Him. Maybe the mistake you made from the onset was you didn't ask Him. You ask me, why am I so sure He will speak to you and tell you His mind? Because He loves you. Because your life is important in His plan and destiny. Because you are not useless. Because He knows that without Him, you will make very horrible mistakes. Some mistakes can even cost you your life. So please, also because He knows that your destiny affects the destiny of many others. So let me assure you that you are an asset to God. He's interested in your life, and He's not ready to waste you, except if you waste yourself. So please, think about it, what you might achieve by speaking with God. Okay, so I'll simply leave this here and say, spend time with other people who may give you counsel. Some people may be able to give you guidance about how to get out of some abusive relationships. Some may be that you're already married So to leave the person, and you know that's not easy to break off. There may be children involved. The steps to be taken, depending on your location and all of that, will be very, very tough. Like even finance may be involved. You may not have the funds to just get independent of such a person. You may need legal help, lawyers be involved to separate things and what have you. No, wait, nobody should accuse me of saying divorce is right. But in some situations, we know that if the divorce does not occur, life will be lost. So I'm being candid here. You need to be very, very candid in your assessment of what to be held on to and what to be let go of. Okay? I know it was a talk that was a bit on the serious and very downside, but it has to be discussed because people are going through real life situations. The fact that you're not going through abusive relationships is a good joy. Please help others who may be around you, but do it wisely because sometimes, and patiently, yes, patiently, because sometimes people going through abusive relationships are not eager to leave because there's a lot of fear of the unknown. Real fears. Okay, thank you for spending time with me. My name remains Olubumi Adewale Babatunde, and my theme is nurturing the nurturers because I want wholeness for each and every woman I come across. God bless your souls. God make your day beautiful. Bye. Bye. Subscribe. Oh, yes, subscribe. Subscribe, share, like, leave your comments. Bye.